Rodrigo and Victor Gyokeres to Arsenal. Is this the Gunners' response to Liverpool, to Manchester City? Are we about to finally see Arsenal make their mark in this season's transfer window? All it has been so far is Liverpool dominance. Manchester City coming in a little bit behind in second place, and Arsenal being pushed way, way down the road, falling off at the first hurdle. This is Football Talks. This is your transfer update on everything going around in the Premier League. And tonight we're on Arsenal. Tonight we're on the Gunners trying to catch up to Liverpool's transfer window so far. Because as I see it, Liverpool have just stretched another 5 points away from Arsenal with what they have done. They are going great guns and they are miles ahead. Gyokeres about to make it signing number 4 for Liverpool. Oh, is it? Yeah, signing number 4 for Liverpool so far. Arsenal, nothing. Manchester City's players out there in the Club World Cup, their new signing is doing a little bit better now. They're fully integrated into that City side. Are they going to be good and ready to go for when that season starts? A lot better than what Arsenal are. Now, you could say, look what Arsenal have got. Look what Liverpool did last season. They didn't have any signings come in, and their cohesion and understanding and knowing every single player in that team gave them that great start, and they went on from there. Yeah, they didn't have injuries, but I think actually knowing everybody, it integrated slot in perfectly, and that was great. But Arsenal right now, we know, are not going to get anywhere near Liverpool without making a significant signing. And like Romano said a couple of days ago, contact has been made for Rodrigo by Arsenal. This is full-on concrete interest now. Rodrigo, that superstar at Real Madrid, part of that trio up front in Mbappe, Vinicius Jr. with Jude Bellingham behind them. That Rodrigo from the left-hand side. Is that the type of player that's going to transform Arsenal? Look, this guy has got quality and some. Oh, he plays on the left. That's Martinelli, isn't it? That's Trossard, isn't it? They're these players. But Rodrigo walks in ahead of them, doesn't he? He's an absolutely outstanding player, by the way. Real Madrid want 90 million euros. So what we're talking there, you're talking like upwards of 75 million quid for Rodrigo. Can Arsenal pay that and get Gyökeres? Gyökeres is waiting for the phone call. You make that happen. He's cheaper and he's more experienced and scores more goals than what Benjamin Sesko does. The only thing stopping Arsenal right now from making that significant move that we've just described is Mikel Arteta. He needs to get a grip and actually get that player in that he knows this club needs, but he is stubbornly saying no because he believes that he can do it his way. 5 years in now and your way isn't working, Mikel. Get the striker in. The reports are that there is another bid imminent for Victor Gyokeres from Arsenal. It looks like time is up on Sesko all of a sudden. This is a seesaw right now. It's like Sesko 1 week, then it's Gyokeres the next week. And all of a sudden, you've just thrown in Rodrigo into the mixer as well. Look, Rodrigo is not a number 9, an out-and-out number 9. That traditional forward that seems to be something from the 90s that nobody wants to have anymore in their teams. You can blame Pep Guardiola for that one and turning everybody into tiki-taka wannabes. It doesn't work in English football. And I'm glad that the dying age of football that used to be the Premier League is starting to come back a little bit with these number 9s. Good old traditional forward thinking, plays in one position and one position only. Not a versatile player that goes off the left and the right and drops deep. A number 9. He's just going to be in the box when you need him. And that player is gold. And that is exactly the player that Arsenal are missing. Rodrigo can come second. Good if you can get him, Arsenal. That does make a statement. But you have to get that number 9 through the door first. Otherwise, it's not getting anywhere near Liverpool or Manchester City for that matter. They're just miles ahead in terms of what they have done and what they have spent so far this summer. They're better than Arsenal right now. And that, like we've said before, is why everybody's going to be criticising and fully judging Mikel Arteta this season. Look, Mark Guehi apparently has turned down Arsenal. He preferred to move to Liverpool. I can get that. I understand it. Arsenal's defence is solid. They've got 2 great goalkeepers now in depth. You've got Kepa covering Raya. Perfect. Yeah, you've got Miles Skelly signing his contract at fullback. Players all over the pitch in midfield. Zubimendi's supposed to be coming through to replace Thomas Partey. Things are being moved into place. And things are actually all right at Arsenal. But you're falling behind elite clubs. And unless you go out and you make a significant signing and you know that that player is going to transform your team, you go out and get that player done. And there is one there waiting for Arsenal. And it's the centre forward It's Victor Gyokeres. He will transform what Arsenal are. His energy, his drive, the pressing, the speed, the power, the pace, the great in the air, the fox in the box, everything that Arsenal are crying out for is there waiting to sign. He's give preference to them. He wants to play for Arsenal in the Champions League. And they're still dragging their bleeding heels. Sometimes you've got to pay more if you want to challenge and get to the top. Liverpool have done it already, and they've already won it. You haven't, and you're waiting around. You cannot fall any further behind where Liverpool are. City, again, you still got to get past them, and it's not going to happen. It really isn't. Look, I've said a lot about Arsenal, and I've given my opinion on them. I think they are the serial failures when it comes to getting over the line at the top. And it's not a bad thing. They're outperforming a lot of clubs. But Arteta is going to be judged on winning a trophy. And if you don't pick up that Premier League title this season, Mikel Arteta could be the most unfortunate manager on the planet in getting Arsenal consistently up there in that top four and challenging for a title and never winning it, and then sacked because they need to bring somebody else in. And this decision will come along. Arsenal will have to make a call on Mikel Arteta if he does not win the league next season or wins the Champions League. You might get away with it if he takes an FA Cup or something like that, but you know Arteta's eggs are going to be firmly in that Champions League and Premier League basket. That's what he wants. So I can't see Arsenal lasting it out in the League Cup and the FA Cup again. Get them players in the door. Gyökeres gives you Champions League opportunity. They did play well in the Champions League last season and were very, very unlucky. They were unlucky in the league again. But they don't have that goal scorer. They didn't score as many goals last season, Arsenal. Messing around, injuries scuppered them up front, playing different players in positions that don't suit them. That's what they can't afford to have. Bringing in Rodrigo, who can play as a centre-forward as well, as another option out wide in this Mikel Arteta system. They're going to have to spend upwards of 130 million on two players. But if you're bringing in 130 million pounds worth of players, and them players are Rodrigo, serial winner and scorer, and Gyökeres, serial winner and goal scorer, it's a transformation instantly. And Arsenal go from being left behind and laughed at and forgotten about to back into challenging for the Premier League title again. That's how significant them signings are. You have to make them as Arsenal. Otherwise, you are going to be that club, the bridesmaid, that just does not get it. I was listening to Piers Morgan playing the bridesmaid again. Look, it's still only June, and some clubs cannot spend until the July 1st window opens. Well, it's not so much a window. The window is still open, but financially that window opens on July 1st, and a lot of clubs then can spend on the next set of finances going up to June 2026. So that, I think, is what we're waiting for right now. 1 week to go until then. Is Gyökeres and Šeško and Rodrigo waiting around until that moment happens and Arsenal can actually come in with a real offer? I think it's the same for many Premier League clubs, actually. It's all going to kick off when July 1st hits. Are Arsenal going to make their move? That's the big question in that. Get your comments in below. Gyökeres and Rodrigo coming into Arsenal. Is that proven quality enough that Arsenal challenge for the title again? Is this Arsenal's response to what City and Liverpool have done so far? Is it enough? Get into the comments section. Hit that subscribe button up on your screen there, everybody. And let me know what you think. Give the video a like as well. And I'll see you all in the next one.